Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and today, you guys, we had a slight conundrum and I don't know how this happened. So I'm reviewing, as you could tell in the title, the new Morphe 24G palette. They're calling this the Grand Glam, and I guess the pan sizes are like 2.2 or double the size, I don't know, of a normal Morphe shadow. I don't care about all that. What I care about is the shadows, the quality, and if they good or not. I do love the idea of a super basic palette like this. I think that the aesthetic of it is very beautiful. It's a really nice arrangement of mattes and shimmers, which is great. I think a palette like this, if it's good, if the quality ends up being good, would be excellent for makeup artists and people of that nature, because again, these are a lot of like go-to colors. This is a lot of what people reach for. So I think for like a good starting price point, I believe it is $29. I bought it myself, obviously. Yes, it is $29, but they have discount codes. You can use any of the major influencers: Jaclyn Hill, Laura Lee, Manny MUA, Nikki Tutorials. I don't know of all the rest, but I know that those four at least exist. And you can get a coupon code for them, and it usually saves like 15%. James Charles, he's another one. But yes, there's a lot of ways that you can save a little bit of money. So I ended up paying $26.10 after discount, because you know your girl only buys things with a coupon. You know what I'm saying? Because I love me a good coupon. So anyways, where was I going with that? Swatches. You guys, I don't know how this happened. The swatches for this got ridiculous. So this is where they started, and then they went here, and then they went here. Like, I couldn't fit them all on my arm. And I don't know, I think it's because I left a little too much space, and I just got a little bit rambunctious. They were a little too thick. It's just, I just got too excited, you guys. Eyeshadow does that to a girl. Now, what I will say about these, just as far as first swatch, a lot of them swatched very nicely. They all have a very nice, creamy consistency. Some of them were a little bit too creamy, a little bit too thick almost, but that's just in swatch. A lot of times to the eye, that's not even an issue. A lot of the colors so far I'm not living for. They're a little bit too, what I would call like a shit brown kind of color. There's just a couple in there that I'm just like, oh. But for the most part, I really do like the color selection as well. I think you have a lot of nice crease colors. I think they give you a lot of over lid shimmers. The only thing that I'm a little bit like, about is that they give you this really nice bright pink, like right in the middle, which I think would make a beautiful transition color. I think you could build it up on your lid and it would be a beautiful pop of color. But I feel like they didn't give you anything to like go with it. You know what holy bejesus. My cat just came barreling through here like a NASCAR driver. Calm down, cat. Like, she literally just was running so hard, she like ran into the bottom of my chair. Okay, beast. Take a pill. Anyways, I feel like when it comes to that pink shadow, they didn't really give you much to like go with it, which is kind of the only thing that I'm like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of these shades, they work with each other very nicely, but I felt like, oh wow, like a really nice bright pink. You know what would go nicely with that is like maybe a purple undertone or something like that, a little bit, just to build it up and be able to do something more in that range. But with that being said, I think the pink will make a beautiful transition color-esque thing. So anyways, I did go ahead, I swatched them. I was debating on whether or not I should give you shade names. I hate that they do this. This is your shade names. This freaking thing right here. Like, and then you're supposed to like lay it over top and it tells you. Like, I don't know. I hate that personally. It's just not my aesthetic. But anyways, we can go ahead. We can go through. I can give you shades. I just feel like it's going to be a little disjointed because they're like on my arm, on my hand, on my other hand. But that's okay. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the shades real quick. We're going to buzz through those little beasts. And it's going to be good, quick, rapid fire. I know how much a lot of you guys love swatches and love being able to see the colors up close. So yes, let's do that. And then we're going to put some on our eyes because that's my favorite part. First up, we have the shade Crystal, Glazed, Dream, Chewy, Marble, Spiffy, Primer, starts off the second row, Frenchy, Mojo, Glitz, Brassy, Mooch. Dropping down into the third row, we start off with Glossy, Sheba, Steady, Boxy, Magic, Sunshiny, Baked, Pitch, Flirty, Richest, Brew, and the last one is Brownie. So those and those and those are all your swatches, child. Hello. That right there is a money shot. Look at that. Ooh, girl. So I think the first thing that you can definitely tell in the swatches is that there are some colors that I think are a lot more flattering and a lot more just overall vibrant and beautiful than others. There were a lot that I felt like, again, they just weren't like a beautiful color. Like a couple of those, I'm just like, ugh. Like I would have rather, instead of having like a deep muddy looking brown, I would have just preferred a black color. But again, that's just my personal aesthetic. I feel like every palette like this, it really should have a black in it, like a nice, beautiful, rich, sultry matte black, because it rounds out so many looks and you can double it as a liner, and it just makes these palettes, especially a palette again like this, a lot more inclusive as far as what you can do with it and creating and finishing off, polishing an eye look. That's just my personal opinion and aesthetic. Now, a couple that I was really, really impressed with was this matte pink shade. You guys, mind blown. I swatched it and I was like, hello, dreamy, beautiful velvet matte consistency. I think that a lot of these, as far as being matte shadows, have seriously stepped their game up. Like I am shook at the level of pigmentation and the level of creamy that you get from these shadows. Some of the shimmers, I'm very busy. Some of the shimmers were a little less than desirable in my opinion. They had kind of a chunky feel to them, which of course is going to be fallout. That's fine. I don't have a problem with shimmery shades being, you know, fallouty, if you will. But I do have an issue if they're fallout but not a lot of pigment. As far as the swatches go, I had a little bit of crumble, but the pigmentation was there. So far so good on that. But I'm thinking let's go ahead and like start folding some of these onto our eyeballs. Now, I'm kind of wanting to actually start with this hot pink one and just like crease. I just really want to fluff that beautiful, sexy shade into the crease. And then from there, I have no idea what I want to do, but I know for sure I want like a beautiful pink, fluffy, cotton candy vibe in my crease. That's what I do know. So my list of what I know is very short, in case you couldn't tell. Hey guys, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. My lids are all creasy because I haven't primed them yet. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to go in with some hot pink. No, it's not, you dummy. It's time to freaking do your eyelids. What the hell am I thinking? Where's my brain? And I'm actually going to go ahead and I will set my lids all over with that creamy shade. There's a matte all over lid shade. It's a little dark for me if I'm being honest, but I'll make it work because that's what Tim Gunn said to do. And of course, I'm going in with my Urban Decay primer in the shade Eden. I love this. It gives me like a really good base as well as the look of concealer. This is the only concealer looking product I can use. A lot of people use just their concealer to prime their lids. I'm not one of those lucky people. It does not work for me at all. I've tried 1,000 times, no matter the concealer. It just creases instantly and it doesn't like make my makeup last at all. But this concealer, again, this is the Urban Decay in the shade Eden, and it gives you such an amazing like faux concealer look. It's literally a concealer and an eyeshadow primer in one. I'm obsessed with it. Shh, I'm very busy. Why are people not listening to me today? All right, so now that we are primed and set down, now we're gonna go into the crease and we're fluffing that hot pink. Y'all know this is what I'm in it for. Yes, queen. Oh my God, look at the instant color. Oh yes. Yes, check please, table one. Oh my God. And I'm gonna fluff this loud and fluff it proud. That sounds really bad. So let me just tell you, I know that this looks so memey right now, but I'm gonna end up obviously putting like a nice pop and highlight and blending out that upper lid. But oh my God, that pink shade, you guys, is stunning. Like, it goes on so beautiful. I love that shade. I'm obsessed with that shade even. Okay, now I need to find, okay, Paige, when you put your palette on top of all your brushes, it just doesn't work. So I think next I want to I want to go in with this brown, these two mixed together a little bit, not too much. I'd want to deepen up the outer crease a little bit, but again, I don't want to like overdo it. I don't want to make it a little too brown. I just want to deepen it up a little bit. See how it's adding just a little bit of depth on the outside? And this is an IT Cosmetics, it says it's a C7133, but it's their Chic eyeshadow brush. It's just a little fluffier. It's a little fluffier than what I would like, but I think it'll do the trick. That looks so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my God. Does that not just, oh, like give you all the feelings? It gives me all the feelings. Whew. All right, now, what do I want to do for, like, I know for sure, okay, here's what I know. Calm down, first thing. Second thing, I know we're thinking concealer. We're thinking like slight cut crease. Oh, are we thinking cut crease? Or maybe like a faux cut crease, like over just into this area? Okay, bitch. You need to feel the situation out, but you gotta calm down first. Otherwise, you're gonna ruin your life. My life. Like, there's so much at stake here. Okay, so I really love this like champagne pink shift shimmer. Yes, I really love that color, and it's different than what I would normally do, so let's use that one. I think I want to go in first with just the Shape Tape. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand here, and I'm going to smoosh it on to my eyelids. Now, I'm that person that I always try, like I think I want to do a cut crease, and then I get partway into it, and I'm like, no, I hate this. So I can't guarantee that this will stay a cut crease, because they normally don't on me, but I definitely want to try it out. Do I like that, or do I want to take it up a little more? Actually, I do. I think I want to take the cut up a little bit. You guys, half of this is experimentation for your eye shape. I can't tell you, I don't think anybody should ever tell you like where to put your cut, because it really does all depend on your eye shape and like what you're trying to emphasize. Ooh, look at that. Like nice and high, and it goes whoof. All right, so now I'm just gonna kind of wipe that same brush off, and I'm gonna go in with that pink shade. And again, just for reference, I wanna go in with this shade right here. Ooh, girl, it's so pretty. Like, look at that. Why do I always try to show you like you can actually see that? But like, I'm sorry. Hello, life, justice, and for all. I mean, oh my gosh. I live. Now I am going to try a brush just so I can keep that line a little crisp, but if a brush doesn't work, you know that I'm going to go in with my finger. But the only way you can really keep a good crisp or even relatively crisp line with a cut crease is by going in with a flat brush. So that is absolutely gorgeous, and I think that in the light, if you kind of do one of these, you can see that pretty shift. It's not as vibrant as I would like. I might want to put a little something over top of it just to like oomph that little vibrancy out. I think we'll go with the second shade in this guy right here. The swatches for these are so tiny for some reason, but I'm just going to go in, same brush, and a little bit of that, and kind of tap it on top. There we go. See, that kind of, there's a lot more shift there. Okay. But I definitely still like it with that pink base, because I like the pink and the gradient. I like that a lot. Okay, this is going good. The only thing is, I'm not liking that cut look. It just doesn't look defined enough. So I think I will blend that out. But I really like that look. That looks so stinking gorgeous. Time to go in with the other eye. I think that that looks so pretty though. Like, hello, reflection beauty. It's not, it didn't go quite the direction I wanted. The champagne pinks didn't pop as much as I want. If they had popped a little more, I think the concealer cut crease would have worked, but it didn't pop quite enough for that to look, you know what I mean? The whole point of doing like a cut crease like that is so that you get that stark line that you can really see, and it's defined and it's sharp. But that pink champagne color didn't exactly perform the way I thought it would, which is fine. It still looked really nice. It's just not 100% the look I thought it would be, but that's okay. That's all right, you guys. This is all about just doing your thing. Now, of course, I have to blend out the edges, because you know your girl's not done. So we're going to go back in with that same outer V mixture of those two brown colors, and we're just going to blend a little bit. Same brush as before. We're just going to do a little bit of this, a little back and forth, a little bit of schmoozhy schmoozhy. Guys, my eye is leaking again. Why? Like, look at that. It's like peeling up on the corner. That's the look everybody's going for, right? No. All right, so now we need the tiny little brush so we can blend the upper crease. Where did I put him? This is just the little Y20. You can see how small it is. And we're just going to pop it up right on top of where we put that crease cut originally. And we're just going to drag back and forth a little bit. No product. At this moment, we just want to blend it out a little and see what we think. Now this is where I do want to deepen it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with just a darker brown. I think the one that I've been layering on the outer V, this one, I've been mixing these two, and now I want to go in with just that matte brown and place it on the outer V and kind of deepen up that color. Nothing too exciting, but I just really want to make sure that I get that smoke developed, you know? Ooh, hello depth and sultry seduction cuteness. That is so stinking pretty. Oh my god. Now next up, because this whole area to me got a little bit overtaken, some people like that look. I needed a little bit more faded than that just because it'll drive me insane. So I'm going to go in with that creamy shade that I set my eyelid with on just a fluffy brush. And I do want to go in and just soften that up a little bit. Just a little bit more softness, just like that. You can see up there it's just a little more faded, a little more, and that's my favorite. So now we're gonna sweep off this bake, I think, because I really like the softness of that. Yeah, I dig it. I think I dig it. And then we're gonna do a little something on the lower lash line, which y'all know my love for the lower lash line. Why would I just, you guys, I just legitimately tried to grab toilet paper to wipe off my lower, like my bake area. That's not, like, Paige, this isn't gonna help you. Like, this will help you, but honey, you need to get your life together a little bit. Now, let's travel back a little bit to that Y20 brush. I want to go in with that hot pink shade that we originally fluffed into the crease. And I want to just lightly fluff that onto the lower lash line. Because you guys, I really do love that shade. Oh my gosh. What's interesting about it, too, is that it's not like a normal hot pink to me. I feel like it goes on in such a beautiful buildable texture that, like, initially in swatch you would be intimidated by that. Anybody would be like, oh wow, that's wow. But then you somehow put it on your eye and it just transforms into like this beautiful soft hot pink. I mean, like, look at that. I really think that that's probably one of my favorite pinks I've ever used. I think it's just stunning. Okay, this isn't the brush I wanted, but it's alright. It's a tiny little pencil brush from Carity. You can see it's just a tiny, tiny little guy, but I want to see if I can go in with the shade that I put all over my lids, that nice shiny color, and I want to place that down here. It's not going to be my inner eye highlight, but I want it to be included in the lower lash line just because I think it'll really help open up and add some depth. Oh yes, queen. That's life. Now that we have that little area brightened and opened up a little bit, and I really think that that color too is going to lend to whatever color I use as my inner eye highlight. I think it's going to blend out stunning, but I want to go in with that same brush and I want to pick the deeper, wait, where's it at? Which hand is it on? I want to go in with this deep, deep dark brown shade over here and just kind of smoke that into the outer lash line. Like right down in there. Boom. What do you think? Okay, I think it'll look better with liner and mascara, obviously. So let me go ahead and, you know, the rest of my face being done, I think that would help. Because right now I look like a pasty ghost with pink eyeballs. So let me go ahead. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face. And I'll check back in here in a sec. Wow, you guys, I am covered in glitters and colors. And I gotta admit, it's not the worst thing in the world, you know? I'll be right back. Alright, so I obviously got everything finished up on my face, so I got a little carried away. The lip was actually originally going to be a nude lip, and then before I knew it, I saw this guy from Jeffree Star, and I was like, well, I need to. This is in the shade Santa Baby. I love it, and then I was like, wait, but there's more. I picked up these couple things from Milani that I'm testing out. So I had a little bit of, what is this? This is their Keep It Full Lip Plumping, I think it's like a lip gloss. Yeah, in the shade Almost Natural. And I put a little bit of that on the center. And then I was like, wait, there's more. And then I realized I had a holographic sparkly lip gloss from them. This is their Hypnotic Lights in the shade Luminous Light. And I put a little bit of that in the center just to like ombre it out. You guys, I think it looks so beautiful. I mean, I don't know that I think it matches this eye look. It's a little intense, but it's kind of gorgeous, right? Like, I love the way that it makes my lips look. They look full, they look plump, they look amazing. Did I pile on a lot of products? I mean, yeah, I might have tapped quite a bit into the center there, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that full lip. So anyways, all that being said, oh, and then on the face, there's like a hodgepodge of things that I would tell you, but honestly, there's so many layered. I'm trying a bunch of new products right now to put together a video. I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze, but it's like not happening. You know that feeling where you're just like, oh, and there's like pressure, but it's like behind my eyeballs, like, but it's not actually happening. It's really annoying. Anyways, so that video will be coming soon. I don't know what is going on with my hair today. I quit. But let's talk a little bit more about this palette. You guys, I did go through, I was looking at the swatches. They have all stayed really nicely. I mean, I've wiped a lot of them onto my shirt because, you know, why would you want to wear clean clothes throughout the day when you can just like sit here and hi-ho a bunch of swatches onto your side? that's cute too, I guess. As far as this palette goes, I had like a bunch of thoughts. Obviously there's no mirror. That's always a downside for me. I feel like, I don't know how much it costs to add a mirror, and I'm not even saying it should be this big, but I do wish that more Morphe products would incorporate mirrors, because I feel like that would make them so much better for travel if you're an ordinary person. However, on the upside, if you're like a makeup artist perspective, it's kind of convenient not to have a mirror here because it makes it easier to travel. You don't have to worry about anything breaking. With all of that out of the way, I do want to talk a little bit about the versatility of this palette. Originally, when I sat down with it, I thought, okay, like there's a lot you can do with this. And my only argument against my original thought is that I wish you could have a couple more pops of color. I fell so in love with that hot pink shade. I mean, I fell in love with it. It went in the upper crease. It went into the lower lash line. It went everywhere. I think it is such a beautiful pigment, and it's such a flattering matte shade for so many skin tones, so many eye looks, and I feel like it just really, even on my eyes, it just like opened them up and gave them such a like soft, subtle radiance to them that I'm obsessed. And I wish I could get a little bit more of that spectrum into this palette. And even more than that, you know, the shade that I originally put over, this guy right here, that I felt like it had a really nice champagne-y pink shift to it. I wish that when I would have put that on the lid, it would have really come through against that pink. That was the whole reason I wanted to use that combination. I thought that for sure the pink, you know, hues and shift in that one would have pulled the hot pink matte shadow, like they would have pulled against each other and look really stunning and just together. But that's okay. That doesn't always happen, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It was just a little different, like for what I was going for. You guys know originally when I set out, I wanted the look to be totally different than what it ended up being. Again, not bad. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful, and I actually really loved the way that those two shimmers played on top of each other, which is something I wanted to mention. I feel like the shades in here, especially the shimmer shades, layered so beautifully together. A lot of times when you go in with two different shimmers, one on top of the other, it can look chunky, or they can get clumpy together. They can just get a weird texture, especially when you've already put down concealer and you've put down other things. And what I loved about the way those layered is they really did bring out the best in each other. Going down with this base first gave it like a nice, darker, sultry appeal. And then when I put down the lighter, more poppable shade on top, it really gave that shade more oomph, a little bit more standout, which was just, it was really pretty. I think it looked and layered beautifully. For the most part, you guys, this definitely gets my seal of approval. I really like it. I think it's a good value for what you get. I wanted to do this video a little differently because the last Morphe palette I reviewed, which was their Dare to Create palette, I actually used that one for a while, and then I reviewed it for you guys, you know, with my thoughts and stuff. So I kind of wanted to give you the best of both. You know, this one you got to see me actually work with it, put it on, see the swatches, all that good stuff. And that way, you know, you guys kind of get, again, the best of both worlds. I want you guys to get to have a good amount of variety. So I hope that that works for you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check that description box down below for all my social media handles, you know, like the Instagram, the Snapchat, the Facebook, and the Twitter. Yes, those are the 4. I can't remember. And you guys don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that on this video. Did you like the video? Did I say that? I don't even know. All I know is that lately YouTube is going crazy with their analytics, and you have to meet like certain oh my god. Blah, blah, blah. You have to meet certain requirements as far as like comments and watch time and this and that and that and that, and it's like people have to watch your videos all the way through, and people have to subscribe, and people have to and it's like, oh my god, like why? Like, why am I supposed to tell my subscribers, like, don't watch my stuff if you're not gonna watch all of it? Like, why would you? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like that's rude. Like, I don't like that YouTube puts you in that position, so I think that they have some stuff they need to work out, but that's besides the point, you guys, because we're here to talk about makeup, not analytics, because I'm getting irritated. You guys have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. I feel so extra with this lipstick on. I feel so extra right now. Like, Paige, where are you going? To an event? Oh, no. No, I just really like, I really like my face looking beat to the Jesus. Okay, you guys, for real, have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Grand glam. Girl, we came, we saw, we glammed. Yes, yes, queen.